What is happening, people? United Central back with another video. I'm back with my two guys. This is the Straightjacket Podcast, podcast number 70. How are we all? And how are you guys? Start with you, Noreen. How are you today, bro?
Yeah, I'm absolutely shattered. I'm shattered, bro. Yeah, obviously you know what's going on globally. We've been at the protest today, social distancing protesting. Just in solidarity with what's going on in the US and against police brutality, where it may be in the world.
Yeah. We're just going to touch on that a little bit. Just wanted to see how you are, Aaron. How are you today, bro?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Obviously, I was with both of you at the march in central Manchester. I felt like it was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
It's the only thing that we could have done as people. Came together, we gathered together in the streets, and we did what we had to do. That's all I can say. Shout out to everyone who came out. Shout out to Nudin, he was leading the front line. He stood up to speak as well. Gotta respect that as well, you know. It's got to be said.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, solidarity with all our American brothers and sisters who are out there on the real front lines, who are actually confronting the police. Because let's just make it clear, here in Manchester, it was a peaceful protest. There was no violence involved, no altercations with the police. It was all peaceful. But it's a different story in America. So solidarity with all our brothers and sisters who are out there in America on the front lines, risking their lives to go up against the police. So yeah.
Yeah, and obviously the podcast. I don't know. It happened in this week. So last week's podcast, we didn't know that George Floyd died. So obviously we are sending our condolences to his family. R.I.P. George Floyd. You know, I mean, an innocent black man killed. I think murdered. I don't know how it's got third-degree murder. It's absolutely ridiculous. You know, I mean, just shows the justice system how weak it is, and how it doesn't favour the black ethnic minority. And especially the black people, man, you know what I mean? Northern. It's a sad day, man, and it's a sad day for humanity, man. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on right now? The rioting, the looting. For me, you know what I mean? I'm not judging anyone, because at the end of the day, this is like built of frustration. And when you have frustration, and when you have like the virus going on right now, and everything that's going on, just imagine the accumulation of everything, the frustration, the kind of anger. You know what I mean? Sometimes you almost say to yourself, you don't understand struggle until you've been through it. So all these people are complaining about, is the looting wrong? Is the looting wrong? Possibly against businesses that, you know what I mean, you would benefit from. Maybe not. But in terms of the frustration, sometimes you can't understand that, can you, Nordin?
Yeah, well, to me, it's just like systematic, but it's really interesting that a lot of black and ethnic minorities get killed in the hands of the police in the UK, but the media doesn't report it, especially after the Mac Duggan police murder.
Yeah.
That was murder, right? No doubt about it. That was murder. That obviously people rioted, people kicked off, and rightly so in the UK. After that, they don't report anything really, and so there's about, since 1990, I think over 1,000 black people or ethnic minorities have been murdered in the hands of the police in the UK, and nobody talks about it. But in terms of the US, the racism is more furious because they've got guns, and it's the second one since 2014 or 15 it was, when Eric Gardner was chokehold and murdered by that police officer when he was outside the shop. And he was like, I can't breathe. We all seen that video. We all remember. And then it happens again where this guy's choking the guy with his neck. With his knee on his neck. So, yeah. I mean, there are more people who are bothered about the looting and the rioting. Yo, Martin Luther King said rioting it happens because of it's the unheard, you know. People who riot are the people that are unheard in society. I mean, I've messed up his quote, but that's what he basically said. He said people who riot are the ones who are unheard. The powers that be do not listen, do not hear from those people. So that was their way. But come on now. You know what? All I know is that obviously we're three black men and we can't get away from that. And the way the world views us is totally different, you know,
Yeah.
and the way we view ourselves. So all I'm saying is that if 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 any of us come to if I die, if the police kill me, I rely on you to burn the shit down, man. Trust me, burn the place down. Because that too many times in America is happening. It is happening so frequently. Police are killing black people. Police are killing black people in the UK, but then they're killing more frequently in the US because there the racism is so blatant. You know what I mean? Like I was saying, black people die here. Like I said in the march, black people die in detention centers. They die in police stations. They're dying. So they die here, but the media doesn't cover it as much, and we don't have that many camera phones. Or we see all the young men that get arrested. Every time I see a young person get stopped and searched and get stopped, I always pick out my camera because I don't want any harm come to them. And I always say to the police officer, this is for you, it's for them, and for you, because it's there on camera. But anyway,
and that's a good point you make.
Sad.
I mean, yeah, it is a good point there when you make it. Will Smith said racism isn't new, but it's recorded now. You know what I mean? And that is a perfect way to sum it. And just to, just to end on that bit, RIP to George Floyd. And, we just hope that this doesn't, you know what I mean? What's the word? Happen again frequently. Yeah. You know what I mean? But, guys, this is the Straightjacket Podcast. Obviously, we had to put that in there. You know what I mean? We talk about current news, and it's affected us everyone badly and affected us also. We had to put that in, guys. Nuruddin, obviously Nuruddin and Aaron, this is the Straightjacket Podcast number 70, guys. Will Man United return stronger after the Premier League restart? Just before we start on that, you know what I mean, Nuruddin, you've been watching the Bundesliga? Anything that's struck you there, or have you been enjoying the Bundesliga?
Yeah. I watched. Talking about America, actually, I watched the Bundesliga game. That was a proper game, actually. That was the most competitive game that I watched. Was the Borussia Dortmund against Bayern Munich, and I watched it through American television. I think it was Fox or one of them, and they pumped in the crowd noise. So there was crowd noise, and it was really good. It was really good. It made it watchable. I think they might have somebody in a mixing desk mixing the crowd noise, but it made a massive difference to me. So I was happy to watch Bayern Munich versus Borussia Dortmund, which was a proper game itself. But it was a very clever way how American television pumped in the crowd noise.
Of course.
And when there was a chance on goal, the crowd even get more louder. So they must have had somebody there mixing the sound, which was that was a really competitive game, really good game. Yeah, I mean Haaland was unlucky before he went off with the injury, but there should have been a penalty. It should have been 1-1 really, because I think Alaba. There was a penalty. It was a penalty in that game. But handball.
Yeah.
Aaron, Bayern Munich just absolutely unbelievable. You know, I mean, they won again yesterday. They are looking a machine, well drilled. Looking at the title, Lewandowski, Pavard, Kimmich. They've got absolutely the winning mentality in that squad is just unbelievable, and they look like they're running with the title now, aren't they?
Yeah, bro. I don't think there's anything to debate there. They're just too strong, man. In every single area, they're stacked. Like, it's crazy. Like, you can afford to have, people on the bench with still quality, and Coutinho isn't even back from injury, and they're still slapping up, teams. It's just the cohesion, the tactics, like everything just fits perfectly. And yeah, man, they'll win it. They're 7 points clear now, so I think they'll win it.
And in about 3 weeks' time, the Premier League is back. Nuruddin, are you buzzing now? Premier League is back. You know what I mean? After hard negotiations, after TV rights probably sorted out, after all this money, the Premier League is back on, I think, the 17th of June, I believe it is. Are you excited, Nuruddin?
Well, I'm excited to watch United, but I'm not sure about the Premier League as it goes, because it's going to be a really bad one for us, because Liverpool are most likely going to win the league. So, they've won the league already.
It's inevitable.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of, there's some things I'm looking forward to, specifically to see football back. But in terms of United, there's bits of things to be excited about. And I'm just hoping that the medical department have done their job so that player injuries. To me, if I was Ole now and I was Man United, I would be looking at the types of injuries that are occurring in the Bundesliga, because that'll give you a sense of what kind of things. The majority of injuries that occur.
Oh, sorry, we lost Load in there.
Yeah, we lost him for a bit.
Let's see if he returns back.
He's back.
Any second. No, we didn't catch the last bit of that bit. It's the last bit of you said. You cut off.
Yeah. So what I was saying was that I'm really hoping that the medical team can have stepped up, and Ole and the Man United, I think they're going to step up, because as we can see from the Bundesliga, the majority of injuries are muscle injuries, because after 2.5 months of layoff, coming back and playing. So I'm just hoping that their muscles are conditioned, and until the 17th of June, the medical department and the rehab department and the physical training department of Man United are doing their job, getting the players fit, and a lot of injury prevention work is taking place, especially muscular injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Because with no point getting excited, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If mans are pulling up right, left, and centre like they are in certain teams in the Bundesliga.
Rightly so. Aaron, are you excited the Premier League is back? You know what I mean? Good to have football back. Good to have some talking points. You know what I mean? Life coming back to normality.
Oh, bro, trust me, I am happy. I know there's been a lot of controversy and stuff, but listen, it's back now, at least on our screens. Yes, we can't go to the stadiums, but at least there's something, bro. It's something.
Yeah, and obviously good news today. Obviously, we start with Man United talk, and before we're going to talk about if Man United ready, and obviously after the restart, after all the Josh King nonsense, after all the Dembele and all this Werner talk, Man United are set to give Ighalo a contract of Neil Ashton's about. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Set to
it's
give
Neil Ashton's army.
Neil Ashton's army. They're about. I think it's a black skin, you know. I don't know what it is here, but the black skin, it always comes to us, man. I don't know what it is, man.
It's Neil Ashton, bro.
Neil Ashton.
But Ighalo contract, the talks of United have got to offer him a contract until 2021 of January.
It's actually confirmed.
No, it's the Sky sources. They're very, very strong sources.
Okay.
So you know what I mean? They're very, very strong sources. Man United, contract talks till 2021 January. Are you happy by that, or do you see it as a case of Man United are fooling us? Or are you happy with that, Aaron?
I think it's only logical, man. We've seen what kind of options he offers off the bench, and when he's playing from the start, he offers something completely different to the forwards that we have. The forwards that we have right now, Greenwood, James, Martial, Rashford, they all offer kind of the same thing, which is, if it's not pace, it's technique, it's agility.
Yeah.
Yes, they score goals, but it's mostly pace, agility, quick football, quick thinking, technique. When Ighalo offers us something completely different, he offers us a good touch, holding up the ball, keeping defenders busy, be it operating in and just around the box. He doesn't really like to come deep. He operates in and around the box. He's a goal scorer. If it's not on target, it's a goal. So he offers us something completely different, and I think that's what we're lacking at the moment, or what we were lacking before we signed him. Even though, I have to be honest and say that, it was a panic move, because Odion Ighalo, technically speaking, shouldn't be playing for Manchester United, but he offers us something completely different. And on top of that, he is willing to sit on the bench, bro. He's just happy with being here. Like, I've seen Man United on their Twitter account lately, they've been tweeting the same sentence every time they post a picture of Ighalo. That damn smile. The guy just can't stop smiling. Even in training, bro, he's just smiling. He's happy to be at Carrington training for Manchester United. Like, when was the last time we had a player like that? Do you know what I mean? So he offers us something completely different, and he's just willing. He's just happy to be here, bro. If he doesn't play for 10 games and then someone gets injured and Oli says, all right, Ighalo, you're filling in for 2-3 games, he'll be like, yes, boss, immediately. He's not even going to argue. Do you know what I mean? Like, and having a player like that in your squad can really help, because you can rely on him. That's going to be for sure. You can definitely rely on Ighalo. So to me, it would make perfect sense, and I would be happy if we actually gave him that new that year extension. I would be happy with that.
Nuruddin, for you, are you happy, or do you see it as a case of Man United are fooling us here? You know what I mean? We could buy a striker now, that would mean no possible Werner, no possible Harry Kane. If just we're talking hypothetical here, no possible extra striker to really challenge United for that to go up ahead of it. Are we being fooled here, or do you think just relax, just be happy? We've got Ighalo now. We've got backup strikers to Martial and Greenwood. Is it some kind of improvement? I don't know. I'm stuck in limbo here. I think Man United are kind of fooling us. If we don't buy a striker, is this justified, or do you think, well, Ighalo, if he doesn't score that many goals, 130k a week, was it worth it? That's two sizes, isn't it?
Yeah, there is, and yeah, somebody can argue that, but like I said, I can't see Man United spending that much money. Like I said, if any owners, any CEO ever needed, sorry,
yeah, that's it.
Sorry, if any a CEO or any owners ever wanted an excuse not to sign players, this is the excuse. This is the perfect excuse for Man United.
Yeah,
the perfect excuse. So I don't know about what people are going to, but also it might be reasonable, really, to see how things go with the pandemic, with the coronavirus, and just to give the guy the contract till then, because it's a short-term contract. You know what I mean? It's not a long-term contract. And then if you've got somebody in mind, if you can't get them now, you'll be able to get them after the time where Ighalo leaves. Do you know what I mean? So, but for me, on the other side of it, is that he brings so much energy, man. He's a fan. He never thought he will ever play for his club. Do you know what I mean? His boyhood club that he supports. You know what I mean? So he's bringing that type of energy to the team, and hopefully making the other players realize, damn, you know what? This is a fan. Do you know what I mean? It's that you can't buy that, bro. You can't buy that. That energy, that enthusiasm, and that energy. Listen, that energy and enthusiasm kind of can be infectious in terms of team sport.
My point is, though, 130k a week, you'd expect the striker of a Werner to take 130k a week, not a second, third striker, would you, though?
Bro, do Man United have the money, or Man United going to go and buy Werner? Like I said, the contract is a short contract. And Ighalo has got a story. He's got to finish his story, bro. There's a story that's going to be written here, right? He needs to complete the story, because this is... We love football because of the romanticism of it, you know what I mean? And this is a amazing romantic love story, you know what I mean? He's become an instant overnight since he forgave that first interview and said, "Oh, I'm a United fan, by the way. I've been supporting United since I was a kid in Nigeria. We didn't have that much money, but I would make sure I saved up every penny out of all my, you know what I mean, spending money. I would save up. And then so that I can go to a place to go and watch the United games from when he was a child. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you got to give it. You got to give that. Don't underplay how much that enthusiasm can play, and that good feeling factor. Like he said, Aaron said, obviously they can see that, and they're just United's marketing and promotion campaign. They're smashing him all over everything. So I don't know why you think that we're going to want to get rid of him. But of course, to me, I think we need to concentrate on buying a right winger. Right, so this season, I think, until the transfer, we think if you got any money, Man United need to go and get Jadon Sancho. That's what I personally believe. I think strikers were scoring goals if the players stay fit, but he's a striker who's willing to sit on the bench, bro, and that's valuable to any squads. Squads challenge, and squads win leagues. The first 11 don't, bro. So let's not get it twisted. For me,
I heard that
he's got certain energy, but yeah. Of course, you could be right as well, Saeed. This is like undercutting. This is Man United with their usual skullduggery tactics. You know
That's what I mean.
Let's not get it twisted. You know what I mean? They rather give Ighalo and then go and get the 5 players that we need to really challenge Liverpool and Man City.
You know what I mean? Just going on that, what Nuruddin said, you know what I mean? I'm just thinking, and I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here, you know what I mean? Like, if it means, do you blame Aaron? Do you blame the board? You can't really blame Ighalo. He's living his life. You know what I mean? But do you blame the board putting him in that position where if he's on 130 grand a week and when it gets tough, you know what United fans are like. You know what I mean? They want success and they want to say, you know what I mean? We need to score goals. You know what I mean? We need goals. And if Martial gets injured straight away, you never know with the kind of games we'll have next season if we're still in the Europa League or Champions League or whatnot. Is it a big pressure on Ighalo, or do you still think let him just enjoy it and let him just enjoy himself and live his dream?
This is the problem that we have. Every time a player signs for us, we put that huge pressure on him. we can't do that with Ighalo, man. Just let the guy enjoy his time at United because it's going to go quick. He's not going to be able to play every single game, so let the guy enjoy himself, man. Do you know what I mean? He's living his dream. If he scores the goals, he scores the goals. If he doesn't, he doesn't. Life goes on, innit?
Yeah. That's the question, Aaron. You know what I mean? Ighalo has to come with a baggage of players around him. You know what I mean? It can't just be Ighalo. Like Noreen says, it has to be Sancho. It has to be, you know what I mean, a midfielder. It can't just be Ighalo coming this season, which could be a possibility. You never know with the Glazers, Aaron.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, man.
Is that for you as well, Noreen? That could be the case. Ighalo could be the strike. You could never know, could you?
Exactly.
Well, anyway, that's a bit of positive news for Man United. You know what I mean? Ighalo signing, extra squad depth. But the main topic we're going to talk about is Man United. Are they going to be ready? Podcast 70, Nuruddin. If you look at the Premier League and Man United ready, are Man United the favourites for top four because of the fact that how big a squad we've got? We've got Mata to come off the bench. We've got who else have we got in there? I don't know if you know this gone. There's something there. We've got Mata to come off the bench. We've got loads of players coming in that have never had chances. You can call it Lingard, you can call it Pereira. As much as you talk about they're not being good. You look at the Bundesliga now. There's a lot of injuries and whatnot. It's a good time now to have a big squad, Norrin, isn't it? Yeah, that Norrin.
Sorry, you need to repeat that, please, because it froze, bro. He keeps saying there's poor connection. That's what he's saying on the Skype thing. So
basically,
so repeat that.
With Man United having a big squad, is that a case of are they the favourites for top four? Can they be the ones that can return the strongest? Because you're looking at Mata, McTominay. McTominay might not have any game time now. You know what I mean? You're looking at we could have like teams for different matches now. So could we be the favourites for top four?
Yeah, you know what? A lot of football needs to be played, bro. Lots of football. We were on a decent form before this pandemic, coronavirus struck 2.5 months ago, nearly 3 months ago. We don't know how that form would have continued. We know that our first game's against Tottenham, and they've got everybody fit. You know what I mean? All their big guns back. Hopefully, we've got our big guns back. You could think, yeah, the squad looks decent, but there's not enough quality from the bench as well. There's not enough quality still. There needs to be a bit more quality on the bench. And I think after the season ends and the transfer, we could address that. A proper club would address that. But I don't know, Man United, mate. It's a lot of skullduggery. It's about money making. It's about commercial, enterprise. It's about Glazers paying themselves 10 million each. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I just genuinely think that the way I can see Man United come together is we stay away from injuries. I think if Man United stay away from injuries to the big players, we might have a chance.
And that's why the big squad comes in, though. The big squad of Pereira, Aaron, you got Pereira on the bench, Ighalo, McTominay, Matic if he's not playing now. You know what I mean? We've got a lot of players on the bench, and it's a case of we can use that to our maximum potential now, Aaron.
Definitely, man. And this goes back to what I was saying. Ollie, now, you've got your best players, like everyone's available. Show us what you can do. We want to see what we can do because on paper, we should be absolutely annihilating teams like Pogba, Bruno, and Fred in midfield, and then you've got Martial, Rashford, James, Greenwood. Come on, man. We've got no excuses. Literally no excuses, man.
And that's the case, you know what I mean? You're looking at the Greenwood to come off the bench, Ighalo to come off the bench. That's a massive plus.
And then in some games, you can even rest players and go, all right, cool. Today, Greenwood and Ighalo can play full 90 minutes. We're going to rest the others. You can do that now.
You can do that now, and it's different tactics, different abilities. You've got that in abundance now. I don't know if you're falling asleep there. What? Man United, what have they done to you, man?
Man's tired, mate. Sunstroke today, bro. Sunstroke
today. But we're here doing the podcast, man. Enemies necessary. Tell him again, Norrin.
You know what? This is it. Falling asleep or not falling asleep. Straightjacket, man.
Straightjacket podcast. Hashtag falling asleep, man. You know what I mean?
Falling asleep, mate. Falling asleep.
Man.
No, definitely. I think this is a massive chance for Ole, the players, Man United to make it. You know what I mean? To make a mark and to see if they can finish in a Champions League place. this season. But like I said, it all depends on the injuries that we get and the players, because it's good to have a decent squad, but I still think our squad is not full of. You need to have a squad full of play, like people from the bench who should have started, who just missed out. You know what I mean? We can't really say that too much with Pereira and Mata, but we might need them in some of the games. I don't know if the same FA Cup games are still going to be continued and the Europa League games are going to be continued. So it'll be interesting to see. Like, we've got, 2 cups to fight for as well. It's not going to be just top 4. And if you said to me top 4 or trophies, I'd give me trophies any day, mate. You know what I mean?
That's what I mean.
Same.
100%. Yeah. Are you kidding me? That's no question, that.
No, because I remember Arsenal fans. Were like, nah, we just want top 4. Top. I just don't want Man United to become a top 4 merchant. That's all.
I would rather qualify for the Champions League by winning the Europa League rather than just making top, because that's a trophy, bro. That's a trophy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You look at the football without fans in Germany. It's affected a lot of clubs, man. Look at Bayer Leverkusen yesterday, got smacked up. 4-1 at home. Will it affect Man United without the fans? Because sometimes you look at it and kind of, we've been on an optimistic kind of form. I mean, fans have been excited to be at Old Trafford again. You know what I mean? You look at it from that aspect, Aaron. It's going to be football versus football now. There's no fans.
Bro.
All his tactics now are going to be evident.
Definitely, man. And in terms of you saying it's going to be a football fest, let me just pull up, the times. There we go. Let me just pull up the times, that we're going to see some football on TV. Let me just pick it out for you. It's going to be a whole... Sorry?
Some games are kicking off at 3 o'clock. Some games at 5. Some games at 7.
And the good thing is everything's going to be on TV, so there will literally be no excuse not to show any games.
Serious. Shout out to BBC, innit?
Yeah, man. They're showing some games. So, weekend games. So Friday and Monday are considered as weekend games. Friday, 8 o'clock. Saturday, 12:30, 3 o'clock, 7:30. 5:30 and 8 o'clock. Sunday, 12, 2, 4:30, 7. Monday, 8 o'clock. Midweek games, Tuesdays, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Wednesdays, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock. And Thursdays, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock. So we've got football the whole week. We've got football. And Saturday and Sunday is literally a thing where you're going to be in front of your TV the whole day. The whole day, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Telling
mad.
you, man. What? So you saying that? You know what I mean? Are you gonna be? Do you still think, Aaron, that can Man United cope then without the fans, or do you still see the likes of Pogba, Bruno Fernandes can do the magic?
They're professionals. They're gonna have to adapt without the fans. They're professionals. You know what I mean? When you sign up for a professional, you sign up for basically any circumstance. You know what I mean? If it means one day you're gonna have to, because this is the same thing as, let's suppose we went to a stadium somewhere else, the fans went on a madness, and you wait for suspend us and say we're gonna have to play games behind closed doors. That's the same thing. You have to adapt. Do you know what I mean? You can't. The craziest thing would be if we lose a game and some of the players come out and say, it's because the fans weren't here. I'm gonna lose it if one of them says that. I'm gonna lose it. Listen.
Well, there won't be an
you're a
excuse.
professional.
Ollie might be that. That might be Ollie's excuse.
I don't want to hear that excuse. Oh, the fans weren't here to put. No. Don't blame it on the fans.
We didn't have the crowd behind us.
No. They're professionals, and you should be able to cope with that.
No, do you agree with that? Can they cope with that without the fans? You know what I mean? They're cheering always at the wheel.
You know what? To be fair, it depends, innit? Sometimes the crowd is the 12th man, innit? The Stretford end, the 6-inch sections. You know how Old Trafford can get. Especially, Old Trafford is one of those stadiums where if the crowd are up for it, the players then give extra. Do you know what I mean? The atmosphere can really change, especially if we're chasing the game. They can come into it. But hopefully I'll be watching it on US websites or whatever, UF channels when they pump in the crowd. And hopefully maybe we can just pump it into the stadium. Do you know what I mean? So that the players can hear it as well. Why not?
Why not just shout out from Hume? Shout out from Hume.
Yeah.
It's Old Trafford. You know what I mean?
It'll be really interesting because a lot of Ollie's critics like yourself, number one critic of Ollie, you'll be keeping an eye on Ollie's instructions to the to the players and what kind of things.
That'll be a good one. Track back. Aaron, it'll be trapped back, won't it?
Oh yeah, definitely, man.
Any
Definitely.
positions.
No,
You know what I mean?
none of that. None of that, man.
But then again, that brings me to my next point. You know what I mean, Aaron? What is the key thing that Man United need to do work on? You know what I mean? The fitness in the Bundesliga, you've seen it. It has to be a lot of fitness. You know what I mean? We need runners. So is it the game for like the likes of Daniel James and McTominay's maybe, because they're a lot of runners that have high energy. Maybe it's a game for high energy now. I mean, you don't need a Matic who's very, very stiff and you know what I mean, won't be able to cover the ground. Maybe you need runners, and is that what United need to work on this season? A lot of hard sprints, hard yards, and whatnot.
I think that's not going to be a problem because from what I'm seeing on social media, obviously you can't always tell, but from what I'm seeing on social media, the two fittest teams are Arsenal and Manchester United. From what I'm seeing, because I'm looking at some of the pictures. Have you seen De Bruyne, bro? Have you seen De Bruyne? Have you seen Harry Kane?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
still want Harry Kane, though. Still want Harry Kane.
Yo, I can't lie. I swear to God, I'm falling asleep while listening to you guys.
It's all good, man. It's all good, man. This is the reality of podcast life, man. Hopefully, when this Monday thing comes up and they say to us we can meet in public, then we'll meet up in it. But go on, Aaron.
Yeah, man. But I think obviously we're training hard right now, so I don't think fitness will be a problem because it will be like 2-3 weeks of preparation. That's like a pre-season, basically. So I think they'll be ready. And then obviously with the matches that they're going to play regularly, the match rhythm is going to kick in slowly, game after game after game. So let's say 2-3 games in, everyone should be top fit.
You agree with that, Nuruddin? You know what I mean? Should everyone be fit and firing, or do you still think?
Yeah. You would think that, but yeah, hopefully they'll step up with the more like the games, the matches, and doing a lot of matches in training. Hopefully in this next week, coming. So fingers crossed that happens, and that hopefully then also we don't get any cases within the Man United squad. And to be fair, all the teams, we want everybody to be on the same, you know what I mean? Same kind of like, everybody's the same in terms of no teams have got too many players suffering from corona. So it's the same playing field, basically. The same playing field. We need all the 20 teams to be corona free and to be healthy so that they can compete and give us all what has been a mad, you know what I mean, world-changing event into something more positive for especially those football lovers to talk about more positive stuff and to talk about, and critique. I know already. You got the knives out for Ollie already. You've got the dagger, mate. You got the dagger there ready. I mean, ready. And I can. You could just throw one from here. You know what I mean? Everybody just hit Ollie on the head.
Man, I don't hate Ollie.
No, I know. I'm just joking. I know you don't hate him, but I'm just saying to you, if United for fun. But to me, the most important thing, Aaron was like, the players should be fit. Yeah, they should be fit. But it's the injury prevention. I say it, and I can say it again. We need to get our quality players, the players that make the difference, and everybody knows who they are in that first team. We're hoping and praying for everybody to be safe and well, so that they can play.
Games,
you know what I mean?
There's a lot of games. I mean, apparently United could be playing every 3.5 days. Apparently.
Yeah, it's going to be like a World Cup thing,
injuries. It's going to be some kind of mad injuries, honestly. So I hope that the injury prevention side of the medical team at Man United is working super hard as we speak.
Do you reckon they're working super hard, Aaron? You know what I mean? You can never count for injuries, but we need players fit and firing, and we need, we need solutions quickly. You know what I mean? The medical department have got to be quick in deciding, right, it's not worth risking now. They've got to look at saying, Ollie, listen, mate, you're not risking Rashford what he did last time when he put him on, and everyone was saying he's already limping. Take him off. You know what I mean? We can't afford to do that. No, just watch your finger on the camera.
Sorry.
Yeah. So what was the question?
So in terms of the injury prevention, they've got to know when to take players off. You know, 60 minutes, right? Let's bring on Daniel James. I know it might not sound like you have to bring him on, but bring him on for Rashford in case of, you know what, we're gonna have to do it because we don't want to have injuries. Sometimes you got to look at a bigger picture, haven't you?
Yeah, that's true. And that's why I said, like, now we've got a bigger squad, so the options are more. So now you can afford to play a Martial for 60 minutes, and then you go, all right, cool. You've played enough, come off, Ighalo, half an hour. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can rotate now. And I think this will only go to our advantage, bro. It will allow certain players to rest more. It'll allow certain players to recover better. Do you know what I mean? Like the options are a lot more now, and that's a good thing, definitely.
Can Ole do that already? Can he manage that? Can he do that? Is it gonna be? It's gonna be hard to say to Martial 60 minutes, mate. Come off. Ighalo's coming in. You know what I mean? Rashford, you're not playing today. Daniel James is playing today. Mason Greenwood's playing today. He's gonna have a lot of egos in there, man. There's a lot of egos now. Can he manage that?
This is it. The fruit will, you know what? It'll be everybody to see all those questions you ask. The answers will be there revealed in a couple of weeks' time. Of course, they will be revealed. I think he can do it. I think he will show that his class, not his class, but his credentials to say because
Chill about class.
Right.
No class so far. 12 years managing, mate.
Credentials.
That's it.
He'll have to prove it. Like Ollie's got to get people like you on side. A lot of people who are still skeptical. He's got to bring that section of the fan base, on his side. And
now more than ever as well. Now more than ever.
More than ever, yeah. Because like I said, but you're both spot on. Like we might kick off about it. We might be drawing a game, but these players need to come off because we didn't need to be injured or to be out for the remainder of games. Do you know what I mean? So we need some of our big guns to be rested at times. Because the worst thing for me, the biggest, like I'm a biggest critic on Ole when it comes to burning, like overplaying and burnouts of Man United players. Yeah. I just witnessed it with my own eyes, and every time I've been with the stadium with you or Aaron, I point it out. Look,
he needs to come off. He needs to come off.
Yeah, I'm always saying that because you can see some people are blowing, man, literally blowing. So, it'd be interesting to see how they approach the games, what type of tactics, what kind of players. Like Aaron says, we have got some decent players in the squad. You know what I mean? That you can, but let's not get carried away. It's not like we can bring on like for like, like Man City can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or Chelsea can do. Chelsea have got Petro and William. They'll take them both off, and they'll have that Hudson-Odoi and that American kid. You know what I mean?
Pulisic, he'll be back as well. He'll be back after being out for a large part of the season. That's again, though, Aaron. I mean, you got competition now. It's not going to be easy. Not mean Son, Harry Kane. Not mean they're going to be back. Bergwijn's going to be back. Arsenal will no doubt have their top stars, top players back. Yep. You know what I mean? Lacazette might be firing again after being largely a kind of a bit part player. You know what I mean? Yeah, there you go.
That's why now the Premier League is going to be mad competitive now, because a lot of the players that were injured for certain teams, they've got their players back, so it's going to be competitive. Now, look at before COVID-19, we were looking forward to that fixture against Spurs because we knew we were going to slap them because they had injuries all over the place. Now,
why couldn't we just play that game, man? Why couldn't we just sneak that one? How can Liverpool play Atletico like that in the Champions League and we can't? We could have snapped one.
You know what I'm saying? So before COVID-19, we were looking forward to that Tottenham game and thinking, we're going to slap these men. But now it's a different story. It's going to be a tough game. It's going to be tough.
It is a tough game, man. Just to look at our fixtures from main fixtures. We've got 9 fixtures. That's excluding the Europa League. We have got, if you were to say how many points out of all these. So let's go with Tottenham. What do you think the result will be for Tottenham? Even though we'll preview it when we get to the time. Tottenham game. What do you think, Nuruddin? What would be your game for that one?
3 points. Come on, you right. Come on.
Look, Aaron, for you that point.
Sorry.
3 points for that. Man United versus Tottenham.
Yes, definitely. We're beating them.
Listen, my heart says Man United, but my head says Mourinho's going to absolutely bring out the Titanic, mate. With a Corona special, it's going to be a Corona snooze, mate. It's going to be a snooze special.
He's
going to be fit and firing.
He probably asked, he probably had a chat with, my man who went to do his military service and asked him to bring back a couple of tanks. You know what I mean?
Trust me.
He's going to be reinvented as well now, Mourinho. Before it wasn't working for him, now he's revitalized. Remember them getting knocked out Norwich? You know what I mean? By Norwich, and it was like all doom and gloom. Why are they bringing back Mourinho? If he can have a good end to the season, Nuruddin, he's going to be a new man. He's going to be like, right, I want my money now. I want the transfers and whatnot. So That's another tough game. Sheffield United at home. What do you reckon to that one?
Oh, that's going to be tough, man. That's going to be very tough because we know how good they play, man. They've got a system. The players respect Chris Wilder's system. They execute it to almost perfection because they have been getting results. That's the thing. It's not like they're average and then they fluke a result here. And no, they actually beat teams. So that's going to be a tough game. Even though we've got a stronger squad, it's going to be tough.
And then I'll just fire. Yeah, sorry.
I reckon a draw.
All right, I'm just gonna fire out the last games for you, and then you decide at the end whether we'll get points and whatnot. Then we've got Brighton away. Then we've got Bournemouth at home, Aston Villa away, Southampton at home, Crystal Palace away, West Ham at home, Leicester away, and then hopefully, the FA Cup games and whatnot. I don't know. It's hard to figure out what kind of points you're gonna get because you don't know if Crystal Palace was to score 2 goals in the opening 20 minutes away from home. Like, heads could drop. You don't know the mentality. It's all about the mentality of the players and everything. You don't know if heads will drop. You don't know. Likewise, score goals against them.
That's a potential banana skin, man. That game's a potential banana skin. One thing I'm sure of, we can't give Sheffield United 2 goals head start like we did at their ground.
They'll sit back.
Yeah.
They'll sit back, won't they?
Very good team, like Aaron said. So we've got to respect them, but we've got to go out there and get the goals, man. We need to. To me, it's all about taking your chances. Yeah, it's all about taking your chances. And I really hope the medical team, all season they've not stepped up, that they can redeem themselves and really step up with the injury prevention work that the players need, especially knowing that so many players in the Bundesliga have all got muscular injuries, which basically rules you out to the end of the season. So those 9 games, you get ruled out. You could be ruled out even maybe beginning of the next season. Do you know what I mean? So, touch wood, hope everything. But with that game, at Old Trafford against Sheffield United, we need to give them the ultimate respect because they deserve the respect because their football deserves the respect.
And that's a point, a very, very massive point now. Aaron, we can't just think we're going to beat teams. They're going to come here. They're going to be sat back. Oh, looks like Lord has dropped this phone there. You know what I mean? It's a crazy day for Lord, From the protest to the Straightjacket Podcast, that's what we love, eh? You know what I mean? But, look at the teams now. We've got to respect teams now. It's not going to be a case of just going gun-ho, counter-attacking football, Aaron. You know what I mean? You're going to have to play mixture of football. You're going to have to adapt to certain situations. Bayern Munich, they didn't go in Borussia Dortmund's face, did they? They sat back a little bit. They were like, let's see what's going on. Muller was tucking in deep. You know what I mean? You got to work and adapt to situations, Aaron.
Definitely, man. You can't just go, let me just throw out 11 best players because it's no. You've got to play players for the right games. If it's a physical game, there's no point playing Daniel James because he's going to get swamped by all the physicality. If you're going to play a game where there's going to be football played, then you can play Daniel James. Then you can play. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got to think accordingly now.
That's the key one. And just to end this podcast, I just want to say a quick, summary of how will Man United come. Will they become stronger after this Premier League restart? I'll start with you, Lloyd. Do you think Man United will come back stronger after this Premier League restart, or do you think did we miss out on that momentum we had just before all this happened? What do you think?
I think, first of all, let me comment on the Premier League. The Premier League games some of them are going to be dull. Some of them are going to be so slow to what we were used to because the play takes the players maybe 2 or 3 games. And I can only go off by what we've seen in the Bundesliga. You know what I mean? That the fitness matters. You know what I mean? And what Aaron was saying is quite encouraging, saying that Man United are one of the fittest teams. So I'm hoping that. But the biggest thing I'm hoping for and I'm wishing for is that the injury prevention work needs to be done in the next couple of weeks before the season starts. And I'm really hoping this. If anybody watches this, please send this to the medical team on Man United. Get the players sorted. Get the amount of work that needs to be done to prevent injuries. Because I think we could have a good end of the season if the top players, if the star quality players, the match winners in our team are fit after these 9 games. I think we could have a good season. And I'm hoping for a good season. I really am.
And where do you think we'll end? You know what I mean? Where do you think United will end? Just a quick prediction.
I don't know. Like Aaron said, you know what? And we were all saying I'd rather us won the Europa League. But I don't want to give up on the league because Europa in the cup, anything could go wrong. Within 10 minutes, you're out of a cup, mate. You know what I mean?
Breaking news, guys. Breaking news. So Borussia Dortmund is playing against SC Paderborn at the moment. It was 0-0 at halftime when we started this podcast. It is now 6-1 to Dortmund, and Jadon Sancho scored a hat-trick.
Wow.
His price just went up.
The power of the trim.
One of the goals he scored, he took off his top, and he had another top underneath, a yellow one, where he wrote himself on it, "Justice for George Floyd." So shout out to Jadon Sancho.
Wow,
shout out to Jadon Sancho. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, George Floyd. But again, you know what I mean? The power of the trim, man. Everyone thought he doubted him. You know what I mean? Got a quick trim and that. The power of the trim. You know what I'm saying? I told you about the trim, man. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to speak that, man. Like,
the power of the trim, you know.
The power of the trim, man. You know what I mean? And now he's got a hat trick.
As soon as I seen photos of Jadon Sancho with a new haircut, I said, Saeed has got something to say about this. Saeed is always talking about the power of the trim, bro. The shot back and sides, bro. Shot back and sides. The high top massive, yeah.
You know what I mean? Aaron, what would you say? You know what I mean? What was the last question I said? Will United be firing after this transfer window? In terms of, you know, will we come back stronger? Is that the question to you? And where will Man United finish? Will we come back stronger? And where will Man United finish?
I think we will come back stronger because of the fact everyone is fit. Everyone's ready to go. No injuries, no nothing. And where we're going to finish, definitely top 4. I have strong belief that we'll do it.
Top 4?
Yeah.
100%?
100%.
Wow. That's strong words, guys. Strong words. But that's been your podcast 70 with the people, with Nuruddin and Aaron, and a bit of a sleepy Nuruddin, but we'll accept that after a long day in the sun, heat stroke, you know what I mean, right in the sun. It's a lot. It takes a lot on you, man. I told you, I've been in that sun. When I told you that day, I was in that heat stroke all day in school. Man, it kills you up. And when you get home, you're just like, damn, man. But still, Nuruddin was able to give his opinion and whatnot. And yeah man, Nuruddin, what's your plans for the rest of the day?
You know what? I'm gonna get a bit of food now, and I'm at least having an hour of sleep, bro. I need to get some sleep. But I just want to apologize to Straight Podcast viewers. I'm tired, but I didn't want to, you know, let the side down. You know what I mean? I'm super, super tired. I've lost my voice. Some of you maybe can hear it. So yeah, and I'm just I'm touched by that, by Sancho. I'm glad that he recognizes that solidarity with the people and the culture is important, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
But yeah, man, plug your socials there, Nuruddin. If he's just falling asleep. That's a perfect mugshot of Nuruddin falling asleep. Go on. Socials, Nuruddin. Look, Aaron is gone as well.
No, I'm here.
Frozen,
right,
bro.
Aaron, you go first. Your socials.
You can find me everywhere at Mr. Aaron UTD across all your social media platforms and YouTube.
Hear me? Hello?
Yeah,
you're back.
Anyway,
bro.
Guy Red Devil, lots of love, guys. Solidarity is important, super important.
That is important, you know what I mean? Times of this need. We're just going to end it on there, guys. Straightjacket Podcast. This podcast is in memory of George Floyd. Rest in peace, George Floyd, you know what I mean? America, we are with you. Black Lives Matter. And yeah, man, we just need to this injustice to end, man, you know, because this is injustice. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the podcast. I'm sorry it wasn't, you know, the greatest because of quality, but we are here. We are delivering the content for you guys. That's what matters. Man United, are they going to be back? Let me know in the comments below. Are they going to be stronger? And yeah, man, this podcast will be on Spotify and Apple iTunes. Go check their socials out. I've been United Central. Comment down below. Like, subscribe. Please subscribe. It's on the right bottom corner. We are road to 15K, guys. Like, subscribe. Do whatever you got to do. Comment below. Get down in the debate. Ighalo, is it a good transfer business? Should have we done a better? Let me know in the comments below. And we'll see you soon, guys. Take care. Bye-bye. And peace.